And that is us. Righto, so I'll share my screen just now. So like I says, we'll do our wins and everything first of all before we get into the wee topics that I brought up. So let's see here. Okay. So yes, team shout out first of all. So we've got Angela, Rona and Lauren B. So I don't think Lauren's on the chat just now, but we've got Angela and Rona. So I just want to say well done to you guys. We'll say Lauren first of all because she's not here. She's basically just joined a week ago and she just gets stuck right in. She's been tagging on the socials, she's been interacting a little bit in the Facebook group, and she's just been kind of working through her habits and stuff. So I think for her the biggest thing was being able to track habits and tracking on MyFitnessPal and stuff. She just kind of got thrown into it, and she said it's challenging at first, kind of getting into the swing of things, but I said everyone goes through the same kind of thing when they're new to it. Trying to track and get in the habit of that is a bit of a pain in the bum sometimes, but she's kind of been persevering and she's doing really well with that. So I just want to say well done those side of things. On a similar vein, I want to say well done to Angela as well for persevering, keep on plugging away at the MyFitnessPal and tracking all your stuff, getting your workouts done and all that side of things. You've been doing absolutely brilliant with that. And just, yeah, I know like at first it's a bit frustrating trying to keep on with these things, but that's really, really good to see that you've obviously been persevering and it will pay off. So good on you. Your progress pictures looking fabulous the other day. So I'll get a wee chat with you soon and get a catch up. And same with you, Ron, I'll get a wee catch up with you soon. Just to see. Also, I think you've messaged me. So I'll message you back. I know I stuck it off today. So I'll get back to you. But yeah, just well done to you as well. Just for how you've been getting on with tracking and everything. Just say you kind of joined up the same time as Angela. And you've just been getting your workouts done, logging your walks. I know for you it's been like trying to fit them in around your work schedule and stuff, and trying to get in the habit of maybe going for a walk in the morning or in the evening, or maybe on your lunch break and stuff when your work schedule is absolutely heaving. So well done for that, and just making that kind of effort to get the walks in, because I know it's not easy. So that was the 3 shout outs. But first, for you guys, tell me 3 things you're proud of achieving last week. Stick it in the chat box and we'll have a look. As always, it's anything. It doesn't even have to be fitness related. It can be anything in your social life, personal life, work life, whatever it might be. 3 things you're proud of achieving last week. And there's should be lots, because I could probably think of 3 from seeing you guys. Oops. Can you hear somebody typing away there? So Rona, you are saying your workouts completed after your reset back at the start of the week. Yep, absolutely. So it was good to see that you kind of stuck in. You were getting to your boot camps and things, and just be having like your sore back. So I hope that's a lot better now. But I'll be able to get a wee catch up with you as well and see how you've been getting on with that. How's your back feeling just now, Rona?
Yeah, it's a lot better. It's my bum that's killing me now.
Oh, is it?
So I don't know whether it's moved south or what it's done, but I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. I was like sitting in, you know how you get the wee spiky balls instead of the foam roller?
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was rolling in that earlier. I was like, oh my God, that was tough. But, yeah, so I don't know whether or not it's because I hadn't done any workouts because of my back. Right. And then I crammed them all in at the end of the week. So I don't know whether or not I just went mental over Friday and Saturday and tried to do it all. But no, I'm feeling all right, apart from a sore right glute. But apart from that, it's cool.
Good. Well, we can have a wee look at that as well. If it seems to have migrated, then I wonder if something's going on there. But we can keep a wee eye on that anyway. But it's great when it just moved to somewhere else, isn't it? It's fantastic.
Well, absolutely. I'm glad it's moved around my body, you know.
Lisa, you have been staying off the booze. That's class. Happy days.
It's 2.5 weeks and counting.
Oh, you're doing great. This has become an AA meeting now. No, good on you. Well done. How are you feeling for it?
To be honest, I'm not feeling any better. I was expecting to see that I was going to be full of life and that I'd be I don't know, just a wee bit more full of life. But no, it's not really working that way. But anyway, we're sticking with it.
Yes, we are.
I'm trying to get to a month of staying off the booze. So halfway there. We'll see how we go at the end of it.
Good on you. You're doing well. These sober people are at it, aren't they? They're just making fucking
I know. I don't know how folk do it full time.
Honestly, when you could have a lovely glass of prosecco when Friday rolls round. But you listen, you're doing well. You
Don't you tempt me?
I don't want to be hearing that wee getting in the background. Joyce, you have got 5 workouts done and a spontaneous night out on Saturday. Love it. Where were you off to? Were you out?
Oh, it was nothing exciting. It really wasn't. But it's just it was the rugby club race night.
Love it.
It was a fundraiser, but we're really bad at not doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And at 5 to 7, we decided we were going, and we were there by 7:30.
Oh my God, check you out. That's class. Good on
So
you.
for us, that was really quite impressive because we're normally so boring.
No, that's amazing. Well done. I'm impressed. Getting ready and out in that amount of time, like fair play. Well done, you guys. And in the name of charity, I mean, it would be rude not to, Joyce, wouldn't it, really? Oh, love it. Good on you. And then also good stuff getting those 5 workouts done. That was brilliant. You've absolutely smashed it last week. How are you feeling for it?
Okay, yeah. I've also supposed to be working on my glutes because Molly assessed me and has told me that my glutes are shit. So so I'm supposed to do that 3 or 4 times a week. So I'm trying to do that as well.
Good. Add it to the list.
Yeah. Just another thing. Another.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sure she'll be checking up on you as well.
Yeah, she's told me she'll check in a couple of weeks to make sure that there is progress.
Oh, you need to make sure you're getting your homework done then.
I know.
Leslie, we have got losing some centimetres. Definitely, that was so good to see. I'll just point out as well on this one, guys, this was another classic case of the scale's not changing too much, but the centimetres, the tape measure saying a different story. So well done to Leslie on that one. It's one of those things. Sometimes you'll feel like maybe not much. It's not maybe not been a phenomenal week or something like that, and you might dread having a look at the scales, and the scales just sometimes don't match up with what's been going on. Frustratingly enough, sometimes you might feel like you've been bang on it all week, and then the scales don't change. But when it comes to doing your pictures, doing your measurements, that's why these are so important rather than just relying on the scales alone. Because when me and Leslie done our measurements and stuff, I can see a physical change in our pictures, and then of course the tape measure's not going to lie. The thing with weight is you've got all the other factors. You've got stress, hormones, water weight, water retention, undigested food in your system, all these kind of things that can come into play. But you know, the tape measure isn't going to lie, and your pictures are going to be good for comparing. So well done, Leslie, for seeing that there. That's definitely a win. Got your workouts in, which is fab, and your calories down a bit as well. Talk to me about the calorie one. What was going on there? Was that just tracking again, or kind of monitoring
again? Just trying to be a bit more on it with my tracking, because I usually start off okay, and then we get to this time of night and it all goes a bit pear-shaped. So yeah, just managing to get the calorie deficit down a bit, so amazing. Which is good. But you can tell I've been typing all day because my spelling on my typing is absolutely atrocious, so just ignore that.
That's absolutely, I know what you mean. That's all good. I'm not going to age you. No, nice one, Leslie. That's really good. That's some good ones there. And Joyce, you mentioning your weak glutes there, doing your homework for Molly. And Ange, you have got your 6-day streak. I saw that. Well done. That is absolutely brilliant.
I lost it though on Trainerize, and I was raging because I didn't log it by noon, and they stole it off me, and I was like, unbelievable.
You're joking, right? We'll count it as I know that when you
not that I'm like
it
competitive
makes
or
a difference. It's like one of those things. It didn't log it didn't happen, isn't it the thing? But fair play to you. That's a shame. So that was at your walking streak.
Yeah, the 6,000 step.
Oh, good.
Every day.
In class, so have you been hitting above 6 a lot of the days?
I did pace the house again one night this week, just to like, just to get that extra 1,000. I do actually need. I would take a picture of myself if my daughter was just taking a piss at me, going, "Mum, why are you watching telly and standing on the step and doing a step?" And I was like, "I've got to get 1,000 steps."
That's brilliant. I love it. Oh, good on you. Intro. It sounds mental, but why not? Like, why would, do you know?
It was true. You could watch the TV program and do it at the same time, I guess.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. There's people say that's ridiculous. That's not right. But is it right to be sitting for hours and hours and hours every day? That's not right either. So I think
that's why I'm doing it, because like otherwise I'm just, the days I drive to work and then I'm at work.
Yeah,
There's
totally.
not much opportunity to be moving, so then you've only really got away, because you don't get home till like after 7. You've only really got a wee avenue of try to cram in some steps.
Oh, absolutely. You're quite right. Good on you. Lauren T, if she was on, she would back you up with that one as well. So she's Lauren's got her wedding soon, and she's been just like cramming the steps in between like all the meetings for like the last minute of stuff for the wedding, and she's just been the same, like walking about her living room, and she's like been carrying her wee dog, and her dog loves it. So like now in the evening he's just like ready to get carried about her living room while she walks about like a maniac. So everyone's getting involved. Cam flying. What's Cam flying today?
Oh, I don't usually like flying, but I flew today and I was actually quite calm, which I thought was quite amusing, because I hate it usually. Maybe it's having an influence.
Oh,
maybe I'm just feeling better about it, so it's quite good.
Oh, nice. Where were you flying to?
Oh, I'm up in Shetland this week. So.
Oh, very good. How's the flight there? What's that normally like? Is it a bit choppy?
Yeah, but today it wasn't too bad. It's only like 45 minutes from Inverness, and it's on one of these really noisy wee propeller planes. So it can be a wee bit bumpy, but today wasn't too bad. But I don't really like flying, so I just usually hit the zone of like, I listen to lots of music and then just drain it out.
Okay, that's really good. And then your last one, played football in a parent-kid match. Now, who won? Talk to me, who won?
The kids won, but yeah.
Well, how did
I played football though, which is not my chosen sport because I'm a hockey player. So, but
not that.
Only missed one goal and didn't let my son down apparently, so that's okay.
Well, that's good. Good on you. Well done.
I didn't get the steps though because my phone fell out my pocket after like the first run, and then I was like, oh, that's rubbish. I'm not going to get the steps then.
I bet you would have done loads and all. That would have been a good one.
It was good fun.
Oh, good on you. That sounds class. Lovely, guys. Some brilliant wins in there. So let's have a wee look at the next one. Oh, that's the different thing. Let's have a look then at your lesson. So something you learned from last week. Again, can be absolutely anything. Something that you've taken away from last week, something you thought you could maybe improve on. Stick it in the chat box. Maybe something that you actually learned from and implemented last week. Like Leslie was saying, kind of working on her calorie tracking a little bit. She's implemented that. She's realised that has been a lesson that she's learnt from, and she's set on about getting back and tracking calories. Whatever it might be, there could be anything for you guys, something you feel you've learned from last week. It's been quite valuable. So Leslie's in there. Yeah, that's an excellent one. Weight doesn't always reflect progress. That is so true. It's mad how much your weight can fluctuate. We say it all the time, but for women, it's mental. Like men, not so much. It's really true. Like it's definitely a hormonal thing, plays a big part in it. It's even a few pounds throughout the day. That's why we try and do it as consistent as possible, whether you do it first thing in the morning or whatever, when you're likely to be at your lightest, before you take on any water or food throughout the day or any extra stresses. But yeah, good on you, Leslie. Like, it's definitely a progress. And remember, like physical progress is one thing for us measuring. They're looking at, your physical measurements from your pictures, from your tape measurements, all the rest of it, but also how you're performing in the gym, how you're performing at work, how you're getting on with your socialising, how your attitude to food and diet is, all these different things, how well you're sleeping. These are all little progress markers as well. And these are the little annoying things that I put on your habit trackers for you, but they're definitely beneficial. So that's a really good one, Leslie. Well done for that. And then Lisa, stop leaving workouts till late in the day and weekends end up not getting done. Yeah, totally. That's a big one. Like I find that with so many people. Maybe some people prefer working out in the evening. I know, like when I see you first thing on a Thursday, you do really well from an early session. At 6:30 I see you, and you do fine. Like it's not like you're not a morning person at all, because you do really well. But it can be hard, like especially if the workouts kind of accumulate towards the end of the week, and it's easy to go, it's fine, I'll do it the weekend, I'll do it Saturday, I'll do it Sunday. But then the weekend comes and you're like, maybe not.
Yep.
Do something else instead.
That's exactly what happened this week or last week.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just catches up, doesn't it?
I had the best of intentions, but yeah, the weekend just disappeared.
Totally.
And ended up doing gardening instead. So it was a kind of workout, but just not the workout that I'd planned.
You get a better offer there, Lisa. That was it. Out the garden. But yeah, definitely. That's definitely not easy going either, to be fair. But my fair play to you for that one. Angela, you says bit of plan around kids' activities have helped you fit a workout, and so that's really good. Obviously, it must be hard trying to juggle that around like kids and stuff if they've got their own things going on. But so what did you find kind of helped you plan ahead? Was it just scheduling your own workout, or how did you go about that?
I just realised that there was an avenue of opportunity between dropping one child off and dropping another one off, and I could go for half an hour to do the gym and do my dead weight lifting, and they had better weights than me, so it's a win-win situation.
Oh, fab. That's brilliant. Perfect.
There isn't many people in the gym in Garlock, so you can I didn't need to book either, so that was quite good.
Oh,
It's just like rocked up and rocked into the gym, so it's quite good. I felt like I was multitasking quite well.
Love it.
But it doesn't
That's
always
really
work out so smoothly as that, but I don't know, it
Yeah.
worked last week, so it's quite a nice feeling.
good. I know that's really good. Well done. Rona, you've got scanning barcodes on MyFitnessPal. Seriously, now I know why I love workouts in the morning. So would you say you're definitely more of a morning person, Rona?
Oh, by 100%, yeah. The MyFitnessPal thing, I'm still getting to grips with that. And I don't know why I hadn't actually attempted to try and scan any barcodes, but to me that was like groundbreaking, because I was like, oh my God, it lets you put fractions and everything in. So yeah, I was always trying to work out exactly how many grams and type that in, and oh God, it was doing my nut in.
Oh, no.
So I think I'm just a bit there with that. And then yeah, definitely like when I wasn't really doing my workouts last week, I was like just about red rag to a bull by night time because I hadn't really done anything. Yeah. And I was like marching outside doing my walks and everything. But yeah, definitely much better. Don't get me wrong, I know I play hockey at night for training, and that's different because you're going along and there's more people there, and you didn't go along. But by far doing workouts in the morning is more my bag than doing them at night. Otherwise I don't think I'd go if I left them to night time.
Yeah, totally. So you're the same kind of vibe as Lisa there. The more you leave it off, like the harder it is to do it, isn't it? At least in the morning, if you get up and get it done, it's good, isn't it? It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Sets you up for the day as well. And then Joyce, you've got get the workout done, even if you don't feel like it, as you always feel better for having done it. Oh, chef's kiss to that one. That is lovely. I'm going to quote it, frame it, put it everywhere. That is a sentence and a half. Get the workout done, even if you don't feel like it. You do, like, unless you're ill, unless you're not feeling well, unless you get like a cold or something, like genuinely, like you're not going to do well out of the workout. You never feel worse for it, do you? You always feel better. You don't have that guilt hanging over you, like, oh, should have done that workout or anything like that. Like, see, once you've got it done, you feel class, don't you?
Yeah, well, it was Sunday. I was convincing myself I needed a rest day. I was tired, and Malachy was playing rugby at 1:00, so I knew I had to be out of the house by 11. So I was finding all sorts of excuses not to do the workout, and I'd said to Malachy, I said, "Oh, I'm just so tired. I don't think I'm going to bother today." And he actually turned to me and he said, "Just go and do it."
Excellent.
And he made me feel that guilty that I did. And actually it turned out to be a really good workout.
Brilliant.
But otherwise I was just sort of moping around going, oh, I just can't bear it.
Love it. I think that can be a thing then. Just do the Malky, just get it done. We can get him to record them saying that, and we just play it whenever you can't be arsed. The Malky motivation, we'll call it.
Well, I said to him, I said, now you've made me feel guilty. And he went, yes, that was the whole point.
He knows what he's doing. Good lad. No, good on you, Joyce. Love it. Well done. Right, guys, excellent feedback on these ones. So let's get on to the concerns then. So, get my full screen here. Can everybody see this? Yeah.
Yep.
Fabulous. Right, so we've got the sandwich selection. So I've just kind of put that there. Basically, I've made like a wee PDF, and it is taken 5 what do you call it? Sandwiches. We've got like 5 classic sandwiches. I've made them kind of lower calorie alternatives as well as increasing the protein on them. So something that might be like a standard ham and cheese sandwich or whatever, I've tried to jazz it up a little bit, make it higher in protein, make it more filling and more of a sustainable lunch for you. And obviously tried to make it a little bit more on the lower calorie side. So although I think 2 of them were bagel thins or something I take the picture of because I couldn't get the Warburton's thins. But basically they're all on Warburton's thin sandwiches because they're a little bit lower in calorie, but you're also getting bread, which is an important part of this. It's not giving up sandwiches, which we were talking about the other week. It's not about when you see people making burgers and it's like 2 bits of lettuce and you've got it's none of that absolute nonsense. It is just about having like normal real food and making sure you're not missing out, and trying to make things as simple and straightforward as possible for getting them to your work. So the calories are all logged on it. It's got a protein breakdown. It's got a picture of like a sandwich that I've made. Basically, I think there's like a prawn sandwich, there's a tuna sandwich, there's turkey and low calorie coleslaw. There is 2 other ones, a BLT, and then there's one more which I cannot remember. What have I got? It's like a Nando's chicken type sandwich. So there's 5 there, and it's just like a wee PDF for you to have a look at and just maybe get some ideas from it. So that was all that one really was. Next, so we're going to have a look at tracking at the weekends. So that was just kind of what I was talking about there. So not tracking at the weekends. Let's talk about that. This has been a common one. If I'm scrolling back through any trainerised things as well, or if I'm looking through people's MyFitnessPal, an often one is not seeing any food tracks at the weekend. And I know people eat the weekend. I think, oh God, you must all be starving from Friday to Monday. Poor wee souls, what's going on? Oh, you'll be absolutely ravenous come Monday morning. I think, oh, yeah, you're a horrible coach. You're not allowed to eat the weekends. Is that what you tell people? I can't eat the weekends, can't log it. Oh no. Listen, I know you're on the Prosecco, I know you're on the nibbles and all the good stuff. Don't hide it from me. I don't care. I'd much rather you had a blowout at the weekend. I don't care. Like sometimes it happens. Of course it's going to happen, whether you've just got a social event coming up, whether you've just hit the fuck it button and thought, I'm just going to have whatever I want. Like you've just got all the cravings or whatever it might be. And you just end up, blowing your calories. I would much rather you log 3,000 calories of nonsense. Like it's absolutely fine. I would much rather that because that allows me to see what's going on. See if it's like, oh, you never ate anything over 2 days. Like how come you've not lost weight this week? How come we're not seeing the scales change this week? If I can see what's happening, then that's so much more helpful. And I'm not going to judge you. I'm not like, can't believe you had this at the weekend, as if I'm going to say that. It just means that I can have an idea of what's going on. So it might be that come Friday, you're like, right, we'll have a wee takeaway Friday night. I'm not cooking. It's been a mental week. This will be our wee treat. And then you're like, oh, do you know what? If I'm having a Chinese, I'll open a bottle of wine, get the Ben and Jerry's open. And then before you know it, it's Sunday and you've done the same thing every day. You've been out for lunches, you've been out for dinner, you've been to the pub, whatever it is that's been going on. And it does all add up. Like there's no point not logging it or pretending it never happened or saying, oh, we'll start again on Monday. We don't want you to be in that kind of mind frame of, I'll start again on Monday. We want you to just be able to have a good week. Imagine being so on plan all week. And you've done, not that I'm saying that you need to be strict, okay? But you need, if you're following your plan, if you're sticking to your calorie goal, you're maintaining that deficit. And then come the weekend, you go way over your calories. So you've basically had a deficit all week. And then you go right up here with the calories. It's going to take you out your deficit. The week, not that it'll be pointless, but that's a week that you could have had some progress and you've just set yourself back another week because you've had a mental weekend. And that's not to say like you'll have mental weekends, that's absolutely fine. But if you think of we want you to get you out of a calorie deficit as soon as I can, basically, that's what I want. I want to get you out of a calorie deficit. I want to get you to your goal weight, and then I want to get you on a maintenance. I want to start bringing your calories back up. And then I want you to never have to use MyFitnessPal again. Basically, that's what we want. And that sounds amazing. Like, that is what I want to get used to. If every week, you know, the weekends are a riot, and then you're back to poverty calories come Monday, and you think, right, I'm back in this deficit, I can do this, and then come Friday it's a riot again. And it's just back and forward. We're not really going to get anywhere. You might be maintaining a weight that you're at, but we're not seeing any progression, and you're going to end up getting pissed off tracking all the time. You're going to be annoyed that you're not seeing any progress. You're going to be constantly struggling during the week and thinking, right, I'm in this calorie deficit, and then come the weekend you're like, right, I need to have something. I need to have all the takeaways. I need to have all this and all that. And we don't really want you to be feeling like that all the time. We want to think of the deficit as a period of time that you're going to be in, and then once you kind of reach that goal, we'll bring you out of it. We'll bring you out of the deficit. We'll get you on maintenance calories. We'll bring them up. We might even get you into kind of muscle development phase. We want to bring you into calorie surplus. Like, I'm buzzing for that. This is what I always want. When I tell people it's time to get your calories up, it's like, oh yes, hallelujah, like, let's do this. I'm so happy to bring people's calories up and get them out of a deficit and get them away from tracking. So this is where we need to knuckle down on, instead of making an arse of the weekends all the time. Like, if you feel like come the weekend, right, okay, I can have everything, I'm not going to log it, Fiona doesn't need to know, then maybe the week is too strict. Maybe Monday to Friday you're not eating enough. Maybe you're not eating enough variety. Maybe you're not having foods that you actually like. Maybe Monday to Friday you should have a wee bar of chocolate or something, or maybe you need to have a fakeaway or something during the week, or, you know, something just to keep you going, so it doesn't feel like Monday to Friday and then the weekend. We want it to be that you can eat a good variety of foods that you enjoy and you don't feel overly restricted. If you feel like your calories are too low, you need to talk to me. If you feel like the weekend comes and it's a riot, you need to talk to me. If you feel like you're not eating enough during the week, you know, I think I might have just said that. I might have just repeated myself. But let me know how these things are going, because I will be able to look back at your MyFitnessPal, and for the rest of September, if I'm seeing people aren't logging at the weekend, I'm going to ask you about it and be like, right, what happened at the weekend? What did we have? Obviously, if you're out and about, like, fair enough, you might not be logging it at the time if you're out for dinner or whatever. Like, I'm not expecting that at all. But if you go back and log it in whatever you can, then that would be really helpful, because if it comes to Monday and then I'm like, so talk to me, what happened on Saturday? And you're like, I can't remember what happened on Saturday. Then that would be very helpful. Alrighty. Next one. Balance on annual leave. So same kind of idea. This was just purely because someone brought this one up. They weren't even away on holiday or anything like that. It was just having a bit of time off, and they felt like it had been so good, really on plan, and then a bit of time off, everything was just going haywire. Now, I went and looked back. I'm not saying, because like they're not here, so I don't know if they'd like be happy with me sharing whoever said it, but they were basically had a banging week. Like, they'd done absolutely brilliant. They had people staying with them. They were really busy. They had a lot going on. They were away doing this and that. Still got all the workouts done. You know, still kept tracking. I was really happy actually with what she got done, getting her walks in, taking all her wee habits off and stuff. But I think just the diet side of things, remember not to beat yourself up too much when you're off on annual leave. You can either go two ways about it. If you're away on holiday, I'm not expecting anyone to track anything. I'm not expecting anyone to be worrying about getting workouts in. I think you want to have that attitude that you go away, you want to feel good. So if I'm on holiday, I'm not going to be hitting the gym, but I like to go for walks or go for a swim, because a bit of movement makes me feel better and I don't feel so sluggish, which is what has been mentioned here. And also I'm going to be eating and drinking more than usual. And I just accept that. I'm thinking, right, if I come back for this holiday, I'm probably going to be feeling a bit meh. I'm hopefully going to be feeling well rested. But I don't want to feel like I've been going on holiday and living my home life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to feel like I'm going on holiday and having a break and having a nice time. So don't feel like you need to be sticking to a rigorous schedule or anything like that. But you still obviously want to be mindful that you're going to not be feeling the same that you always feel. So it's just knowing that, you know, you feel great when you're in your good system and doing all your good habits and everything, and then you'll probably feel a bit pants or feel a bit more sluggish than usual, you're probably not going to feel pantry. You're going to feel great because you're on holiday, or you're taking time off, you're not working, you've not got any kind of commitments that side of things, you can relax a little bit more. So we want you feeling good. We don't want you worrying about, comparing to how you normally feel day to day. So it's if you can, if you're taking annual leave, if you get a bit of time off but you're still at home, try and get your workouts done in the morning if you can. If you're thinking, right, I'm off but I still want to feel relatively good, I would say try and do something, whether it's going for a walk, doing a wee quick workout, whatever it is. You don't need to do a big massive workout, even you can tailor it down, whatever your preference will be. Just do something to kind of get you moving. If you do it in the morning, happy days, you set your day off well, and then you can just enjoy the rest of your day, like Lisa and Joyce were saying, getting things done in the morning, ticking them off, and then that's you set up for the day. Do a bit of what you fancy. That's like going out for meals, having nice foods, drinking, ice cream, all the rest of it. Not worrying about tracking it, like happy days. We don't want you worrying about any of that stuff when you're taking time off. Planning meals if you can. So like I said, if this isn't even about when you're on holiday, because again, like if I'm saying this is different if you're at home and you're just get like a few days off or something. If you've got lots on, if you've maybe got some meals out with friends or something, think, well, do you know what, I'm going out for dinner tonight, I might have a lighter lunch, or I might have a lighter breakfast, or I might just do a bit of fasting, I might skip breakfast, or maybe push breakfast back a little bit later and have a brunch, just to offset some calories that way. And that'll make you feel a bit better, because even if you are going over your calories a little bit, you're not going to feel rubbish, you're not going to feel worried about it. We don't want you feeling like that. Keep tracking if you can. Now, I know I'm saying don't track when you're on holiday. That's when I mean, like if you're away abroad or doing something nice like that, if you're actually taking time away. This is just if you've got a few days off when you're at home. If you can, keep tracking class. That would be good. And in the sense of kind of what was brought up in the check-in, where she felt like she was still at home, she had people visiting her, things were obviously a little bit more chaotic and she wasn't really having her usual routine. So I would just advise, keep tracking if you can, enjoy going out for your meals and understand that you're going to be feeling a little bit different. But just do what you can and be aware that you might feel a bit more sluggish. You might not see much of a change, you might just have a maintenance week, you might be over your calories a little bit and all the rest of it. That you just kind of have to do what you can when it comes to that, and either accept if you're going to have a blowout for having time off annual leave if you get people staying with you and stuff, or if you're just going to be a bit more reserved and try and stick to your plan as much as you can. Okie doke. And then last, Leslie, I'm going to come back to your wee question there in a wee sec. I'm going to quickly bring up the September challenge. I've got a link here where it says get your bingo card. I'm going to put the link in the Facebook group. We've not got long left on the chat, so I'm going to rattle through this. Basically, I'm going to put a little video explaining what the bingo challenge is. It will be starting on the 1st of September, which is Thursday, I think. Wednesday or Thursday. So this is something to look out for. I'll shove this out the road. First person to complete the bingo card will win a pamper facial at Bearsden Beauty. Or for any of the guys that are a bit further afield, I'll send you a voucher to go somewhere that's closer to you. I'm not expecting you to trek all the way to Bearsden for the facial. But yeah, that's what's coming up this month. We've also got the team workout, 11th of September, so that is a week from Sunday. It's going to be strength and condition and a Pilates workout. Plus ones are welcome. If you want to bring someone, then happy days, that is absolutely fine. Just let me know so I have an idea for numbers. And Leslie, your question here, how do you log meals if you don't know what's really in them? Guesstimate, see when you're out for dinner, see if you can set aside about 800 to 1,000 calories. That's the safest way to do it. Always overestimate rather than underestimate when it comes to logging when you go out for meals.